Did you know that some things you do every single day may be quietly shortening your life? Most people believe only the big risks harm us: smoking, a serious illness, or a major accident. But the truth is, the real danger often hides inside small, unnoticed habits that come with age and do the most damage without us realizing it. And what's most surprising is that several of these habits don't even show up on most people's radar. In this video, we're going to review 8 silent thieves of life, small patterns and choices that build up over time and end up stealing precious years. You probably expect staying up late to be on the list, and yes, it is, but it's only at number 3. What takes the number 1 spot will likely surprise you because it has nothing to do with diet, sleep, or exercise. It's something thousands of people have carried for decades without ever connecting it to their health. Stay with me until the end. I'm not only going to list these 8 dangers, I'll explain exactly how they slowly erode your physical health, your relationships, and your daily quality of life. And most importantly, what simple steps you can take starting today to reverse the damage and protect the years you still have ahead. If you've ever felt like you're doing almost everything right and still don't feel like your best self, or if you've simply wondered what more you could do to care for your body and mind as the years go by, this video will give you a clear, refreshed view of what truly matters. Let's begin. Number 1. Suppressing your emotions. You may not imagine that your feelings could literally take years off your life, but they can. Swallowing anger, burying grief, pretending everything is fine when it isn't. These silent habits don't just weigh on your heart, they slowly wear down your entire body. Over months and years, suppressed emotions keep the stress response switched on: higher blood pressure, low-grade inflammation, weakened immunity. And because the damage accumulates so slowly, most people never connect the dots until something finally breaks. Many of us grew up hearing, "Be strong, hold it in, don't talk about it." Especially men of our generation who were taught that showing emotion was weakness. But science now tells a different story. Suppressing emotions can reduce life expectancy at levels comparable to smoking or chronic sleep deprivation. It shows up as ulcers, exhaustion, heart problems, brain fog. The brain and body can only carry so much silence before they start speaking through symptoms. I met a man named Alan, 81 years old. After losing his wife after 50 years together, he never cried, never talked about the pain. He only said he was doing fine. Within 6 months, he developed constant headaches, insomnia, and stomach problems. Only when his daughter gently encouraged him to join a small grief group at the community center did things begin to change. Later, he told me, "I didn't realize how much weight I was carrying until I heard it come out of my mouth." Sometimes, healing can't begin until the words finally come out. And this isn't only about major losses, it's about daily life. Feeling angry and swallowing it, feeling fear and acting like nothing is happening, carrying regret, shame, or guilt for years without releasing it. All of that keeps your nervous system on constant alert, disrupts sleep, slows digestion, and makes it harder for the body to repair itself. Emotional honesty isn't a luxury, it's vital. Start with something simple. When something hurts, don't shove it down immediately. Write a few lines in a notebook. Talk to someone you trust. You don't have to turn your whole life into therapy. You just need a small space to be human. Even 10 minutes a day of honest reflection can relieve that internal pressure. Over time, that small habit brings more energy, better health, and yes, possibly more years. Letting feelings flow doesn't make you less strong. It makes you more whole. And the more whole you are, the more full, and likely longer, your life becomes. One you truly live, not just survive. Number 2. Letting close relationships fade away. One of the strongest predictors of a long life isn't diet or exercise, it's how connected you feel to the people around you. And yet, as years pass, it becomes surprisingly easy to let those bonds loosen. Friends move away, loved ones pass on, family gets busy, and suddenly you spend more hours alone than with others. That gentle, gradual loneliness, physical or emotional, can steal years from your life without you noticing. Loneliness isn't just sad, it's biologically toxic. Large-scale studies equate it to smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It weakens immunity, raises blood pressure, fuels inflammation, and makes you more vulnerable to dementia, heart disease, and premature death. The most dangerous part is how invisible it can be. You can be surrounded by people and still feel unseen and unheard. I met a woman named Marie, 77 years old. She had family nearby and neighbors who said hello, but she confessed that no one really knew what her days were like. I go to the store, I smile, but no one truly talks to me. She didn't want to bother anyone, so she kept everything polite and shallow. Only when she joined a volunteer group once a week did she realize how much she had been craving real connection. Her energy returned, her sleep improved, and she started laughing again. All she needed was a place where she could be herself, not just nice. Relationships don't have to be perfect to protect you. They only need to be meaningful. One authentic connection can change your health trajectory. It could be a friend, a sibling, a neighbor, someone in a shared interest group. What matters is presence. Someone who listens, notices when you're having a hard day, reminds you that you matter. If it's been a long time since you've had a conversation that goes beyond small talk, take the step. Send a message, make a call, join something small. Even if it feels awkward at first, it's never too late to rebuild your circle. The reward isn't just feeling better today, it's gaining more healthy tomorrows. Because real connection isn't a luxury, it's medicine, and the more room you make for it, the more life you give back to yourself. If you're still here and these points are resonating, write number 2 in the comments so I know you're with me. And if you haven't yet, subscribe and turn on the bell. Your support helps us keep creating content that informs and inspires. Now let's continue. Number 3, staying up late as a habit. You've heard sleep matters, but most people don't realize how many years can be shaved off by pushing bedtime later and later, night after night. We're not talking about one isolated night. We're talking about the pattern. One more episode, a little more scrolling, finishing things that could wait until tomorrow. Over time, this habit quietly weakens your body in ways you often don't notice until a serious problem appears. Constant late nights don't just reduce sleep hours. They disrupt your circadian rhythm, your internal clock that regulates rest, repair, and hormonal balance. When that clock is thrown off, immunity drops, metabolism slows, memory suffers, and mood darkens. Sleep isn't passive rest, it's active restoration. Number 4, skipping routine checkups. Many people reach a certain age and think, I've made it this far, so I must be doing something right. And there's some truth in that, but it can also become a dangerous trap. Avoiding checkups because I feel fine seems reasonable, but that decision can quietly cost you years. When symptoms appear, the problem is often already advanced. That's what makes this habit so deceptive. The danger is what you don't feel. After 60, the body changes faster than most people imagine. Blood pressure rises more easily, bones weaken, eyesight shifts, and some cancers grow without warning. Many of these issues are manageable if caught early, but devastating or deadly if ignored. A 10-minute test can be the difference between a simple treatment and a major crisis. I met Leonard, 76 years old, who hadn't been to the doctor in over 10 years. I hate hospitals, he said. I'll only go if something breaks. One day, he fainted while walking his dog. Tests revealed undiagnosed diabetes and dangerously low blood pressure, treatable. But the delay made recovery much harder and deeply frightened his family. If I had gone earlier, this wouldn't have happened, he told me. Checkups aren't only about finding disease, they bring peace of mind. If you're still watching and these ideas are landing, write number 4 in the comments so I know you're here. Let's keep going. Number 5, sitting too many hours every day. You might think sitting is harmless, but too much of it acts like a slow, invisible leak that drains your health until the damage shows up. Even if you exercise once a day, long periods without breaking sedentary time raise the risk of heart disease, diabetes, blood clots, and premature death. And the worst part is you often feel nothing until years have passed. Modern life is built for sitting, eating, reading, resting, watching TV, waiting. But the human body was designed for movement, not stillness. When you stay still too long, circulation slows, metabolism drops, inflammation rises, quietly stressing every system from the brain to the bones. I met Glenn, 79 years old, who was proud of his daily walk around the block. But the rest of the day he sat in his armchair watching the news or playing solitaire. Gradually his ankles swelled, his blood sugar rose, and his energy fell. His doctor explained, "It's not just the walk, it's the other 23 hours. You don't need drastic changes. Stand up every hour, stretch, walk around the house, do heel raises in the kitchen. Small repeated movements add up to real protection. Watch out for environments that trap you in stillness. Your favorite chair is comfortable, but if it keeps you still for hours, it may be quietly stealing your vitality." Simple rules. After every meal, take a few steps. During TV, stand up during commercials. Set a reminder on your phone. Movement isn't about youth. It's about longevity and quality. The more you move, the longer and stronger your life becomes. Every step is a vote to stay in the game, and it's never too late to cast that vote. Number 6. Eating while distracted. For most of our lives, meals were moments. You sat down, you focused. Often you shared them. Over time, that changed. The TV stayed on, phones came to the table, eating became fast or background noise. When that pattern takes hold, eating becomes automatic, and that's where problems begin. When you eat without paying attention, your body gets confused. You chew faster, swallow air, eat more than you realize. The fullness signal arrives late. You taste less, and you lose touch with what your body truly needs. This mindless eating pattern often leads to weight gain, blood sugar spikes, poor digestion, and long-term metabolic issues. Not always because the food is bad, but because the act of eating is so disconnected. I met Teresa, 73 years old, who gained nearly 9 kilos in 2 years. She didn't eat fast food or snack constantly, but every meal was in front of the television. "I don't even remember finishing most plates," she said. When she began turning off the TV and eating at the table again, something shifted. She ate more slowly, felt satisfied sooner, and began losing weight without changing what was on her plate. Mindful eating isn't complicated. It simply means slowing down and being present. Look at your food, smell it, chew well, set the fork down between bites. Ask yourself halfway through, "Am I still hungry?" These small pauses reconnect awareness and allow your body to say enough at the right time. There's an emotional bonus too. Giving your meals your full attention tells your brain, "This matters. I matter." That simple change reduces stress, improves digestion, and turns eating into nourishment instead of just fuel. If meals have become something you rush through, reclaim them. Turn off distractions. Sit down, even if only for 10 minutes. Enjoy your food. You'll be surprised how quickly your body responds with more energy and clarity all day. If you're still here and these ideas are landing, write number 6 in the comments so I know you're with me. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do it and turn on notifications. Your support keeps this content alive. Let's continue. Number 7. Living surrounded by constant noise. You may not see background noise as a health threat, but chronic sound marks your body in ways most people never suspect. Whether it's the TV on all day, traffic outside the window, or appliances humming, your nervous system registers every decibel, even if you ignore it. That constant input keeps your body subtly activated, like an engine that never fully shuts off. Heart rate stays a bit higher, blood pressure rises slightly, sleep becomes lighter. Over years, that low-grade tension builds into fatigue, anxiety, trouble concentrating, and greater heart risk. And because it feels normal, few people realize how much clearer and calmer life could feel without it. I met Samuel, 78 years old, who kept the television on from morning to night for company. He often felt tense, had headaches, and couldn't sleep through the night. Doctors found nothing specific. One day there was a blackout, and he spent the afternoon in silence. "For the first time in years, my head felt clear," he told me. After that, he began turning the TV off for a few hours a day. He slept deeper, his blood pressure improved, and he started reading for pleasure again. Noise doesn't need to be loud to harm you. It just needs to be constant. That's why deliberate moments of silence are so important, not only at night, but during the day. Time without talking, humming, or background distractions lets your body reset. Try this. Choose 1 hour a day for total silence. No TV, no phone. Let silence fill the space. If you can, go outside and listen to natural sounds. Birds, wind, your own breathing. These pauses let your nervous system exhale. They tell the body, you're safe, you can rest now. Over time, they protect your heart, your mind, and your years. You don't need to live in absolute silence. You just need pockets of stillness. Your brain needs recovery from sound the same way muscles need recovery from effort. That silence might be exactly what allows you to finally hear what your body has been trying to tell you. Number 8. Leaving lights on at night. It seems harmless. A light in the hallway, the glow of the TV as you fall asleep, a lamp left on all night. But these small habits quietly disrupt your health. Your body runs on a natural rhythm that depends on light and darkness. Artificial light at night, especially blue light from screens or bright bulbs, confuses the brain into thinking it's still daytime. Melatonin production is delayed. Sleep weakens. Hormonal balance gets thrown off. Over the years, this disruption affects metabolism and immunity, and it has been linked to higher risk of cancer, heart disease, and diabetes. Not because of the light itself, but because of how it throws off your internal clock. I met Linda, 80 years old, who had struggled with sleep for over 10 years and blamed her age. At a wellness talk, she learned about circadian disruption and made one change: all artificial lights off by 9 p.m., and her bedside lamp replaced with a soft amber light. Within 2 weeks, she fell asleep faster and stayed asleep. Her mood improved. Her digestion improved. "I didn't realize how exhausted I was until I finally truly rested," she said. Sleep isn't only about hours in bed, it's about the signals your brain receives beforehand. If your brain thinks it's daytime, it won't release what you need to relax. Repeated over years, that pattern steals energy, clarity, and time in silence. Protect yourself with small changes. Dim lights an hour before bed. Use warm, low lighting. Avoid screens or use a blue light filter. Cover device indicator lights. Make the bedroom as dark as possible. If you need a safety light, choose red or amber, never white or blue. Your body thrives on rhythm. When you respect darkness, you give yourself the best chance to heal, restore, and age with strength. True nighttime darkness may be one of the simplest and most powerful gifts you can give your future self. Final reflections. As we close this video, take a moment to think. Which of these 8 habits has slipped into your life without you realizing it? Were you surprised that something ranked higher or lower than you expected? For many people, staying up late or skipping checkups grabs attention, but it's often the invisible patterns, like suppressing emotions or constant noise, that weigh more. The good news is, none of these habits are permanent. Every one of them can be changed. The moment you see them clearly, the power returns to your hands. That's when time, energy, and health begin to come back to you. So, which one will you start with this week? Maybe you'll reach out to someone you've lost touch with. Maybe you'll turn off the lights earlier, or finally schedule that doctor's appointment you've been postponing. The changes don't have to be huge to matter. Small steps, done consistently, create big results. You deserve a long life, but even more, you deserve a good life, a clear mind, deep connections, calm, and meaning. These 8 habits may have been stealing from you without permission. Now you see them, and that means you can stop them. Thank you for being here today. I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment sharing one thing that stood out and one small step you're going to take. Your words matter, and reading them motivates us so much to keep going. If this video helped you, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need it. Your support helps us keep creating content that educates and lifts people up. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. You deserve it. Yeah.